You're probably here because you want to know the secret to a bold, captivating, and money-making brand. The one that has your audience eager and excited about purchasing what you are offering. Well, in today's video, we're talking about emotional branding, exactly why it's important, what you need to know, and how it's going to impact your business. Welcome back to Mondays with Michelle. Before we dive into today's content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you get notified every time a new video is posted on Monday. First, let's talk about the power of emotional branding. People buy based on emotions. In fact, it is the #1 decision maker when making a purchase. So if you are solely focused on the logistics of your offer and are not going deeper in terms of connecting with your audience, you are going to miss the mark every single time. If your social media posts are falling flat, look at the emotion. If your offers aren't selling, look at the emotion. If you jump on a sales conversation and it doesn't end in a purchase, look at the emotion. Seriously plays a role in every single thing that you are going to create. So the first thing that you need to do is look at the type of emotions you want your brand and your business to portray in the online space. So what do you need to know in order for emotional branding to work for you? Well, it might seem super easy to just grab 5 words that you want your audience to feel. However, there's a little bit more to it. In fact, it's not really about what you want your audience to feel, but more specifically, what your audience wants to feel. This is where knowing your audience is so important. It's one of the first things that I teach my clients before we even dive into the branding process, because how do you choose the emotions that you want to portray through your brand if you don't actually know what your audience is desiring? Now, you can do a whole bunch of market research, but at its most simplest form, just have conversations with people, ask questions on social media to get a glimpse into the desires that your audience is working towards. It really comes down to desire here, making your audience feel something that they want. We call this aspirational branding, and it truly is the secret from converting your audience into lifelong fans. So I want you to think of 5 words that your audience wants to feel, things that they are searching for, and bottle that up. Those are going to serve as the foundation for your branding process and help you move into the aesthetics. And that's exactly what the emotional component impacts: the aesthetics, the look, the feel of your brand. So many entrepreneurs make this mistake in the beginning. They focus on building the aesthetics before identifying their story and identifying the emotions that their audience wants to feel. And if you are one of those entrepreneurs, that's totally okay. It's not too late to tie emotional branding into your aesthetics. Take those 5 keywords that we talked about and use those to choose the fonts, the colors, the elements, the photos, the overall visual representation of your brand. But the aesthetics are just the start. This is ultimately just getting you warmed up to the idea of incorporating emotion into the branding process. But we don't have to stop there. After we have incorporated emotions into the aesthetics, we can move into tying it into our messaging, into our content creation, and so much more. Seriously, everything that you create should be centered around what your audience wants to feel, what they are ultimately looking for in your brand. When you go this extra step, your brand awareness will expand. It truly is the difference between not standing out on social media and standing out on social media. When you focus on making your audience feel something, your social media posts will stand out. You will stand out in your industry, even though everyone is talking about something similar. And more importantly, you will build a community of true fans. Before we end this video, I want to share with you one thing that you can do to go even deeper in the emotional branding process, and it is centered around story. Story is a great way to play up the emotional side of your brand, and you can use story in everything that you create. Think about the social media posts that you create, the emails that you send, even the sales pages that you write for your particular offer. When you tie story into those elements, you're relating to your audience on a much deeper level. As humans, we want to be seen, heard, and understood, and nothing does that better than the vulnerability that comes from storytelling. It allows your audience to really feel like you understand them. If you want to learn more about brand story specifically, be sure to tune in to next Monday's video, where I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of brand story and how you can start to identify yours. In the meantime, be sure to take my free brand story quiz, either with the link below or go to brandmerry.com/quiz, and it is going to help you identify which of the 5 brand stories you fit into and how to market that in the online space. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite golden nugget from today's video, and I'll see you next Monday.